Hello Capsuleer, my name is Gildy and welcome to EVE Online.
Hey you, yes, you, in that venture. Are you tired of mining Veldspar? Want to make dank ISK while still mining? But you're afraid of Lowsec because it gets pretty scary and hectic when everyone's out to get you, right? So, how about you come along and see how you can get the good Lowsec grade ores out here in HIGHSEC and get some of that sweet ISK. Sounds good? Let's get started then. There are two ways to get those minerals that show up predominantly in Lowsec and Nullsec. First of them is the Empire Border Rare Asteroid Belts. What are those, you might ask? They are the super special asteroid belts that started showing up in HIGHSEC 0.5 security systems bordering Lowsec, Nullsec, as well as wormhole systems that have the A0 stars, and according to EveWiki, Nullsec systems bordering Lowsec as well. They have been added after a period of scarcity made by CCP has ended to help with some of the massive bottlenecks rebalancing during scarcity introduced, pushing most of isogen-bearing ores into Lowsec, which is not the most popular mining space due to how volatile the area can be. And in my opinion, since CCP didn't want to backtrack and recreate the same ore anomalies in HIGHSEC and admit that scarcity was too much, they added these new ores. So, since we are focusing on sitting in the safe embrace of HIGHSEC, as I said, you can find the rare asteroid belts in 0.5 security systems by checking out Agency, Resource Harvesting, or Anomalies. If you want to quickly check for those sites, you can make sure to check in HIGHSEC only for the anomalies, like so. Then, when you are in the system, you can find the beacon in your travel tab, usually pointing out to the belt. If it's not there, you can also check your probe scanner window. Once you arrive in there, you will see the following ores: 1 Ducinium rock with Megasite, 1 Ethereum ore with Zydrine, 1 Jet Ochre rock with Mexalon, Isogen and Noxium, 1 Pellucid Crocite with Pyrite, Mexalon and Noxium, and 16 Ethereum rocks filled with pure Isogen. According to EveWiki, you can get around 200 million ISK worth of ore over there. However, in my own experience, I was getting around 150 million, even with lasers that do not produce residue. It could have been an actual variation in the ore amounts in the belt, or just the fluctuation of the prices back when I was mining those belts a lot. The only drawback of those belts is, well, their popularity. They pop in the system seemingly at random, or I was not able to understand any rule behind their spawn mechanic. So if any of you know anything about it, do share it in the comments because I would love to learn more. And the thing is that usually locals that live around these systems descend on those belts like a swarm of locusts and clear it up in 20 minutes or less. What is weird in my opinion is that people usually leave Ducinium and Ethereum on the belt and let it sit there. If those sites respawn similarly to how ice belts were respawning during scarcity, and they did respawn somewhere else in space the moment they got mined out in the system you are in, then people are shooting themselves in the foot big time. So as you can see, those belts are good, but getting enough ore out of them might not be easy. Which of course is not ideal if you want a steady stream of ore for ISK or to supplement your own industry. But what if I told you there is a way to spawn your own Lowsec ore nearly on demand? Would you like to know more? There is a site basically identical in all of the Empire spaces, regardless of what the rats you are facing. The site name is Lookout. Angel, Blood, Gurista, Sancha or Serpentis Lookout. Mind you, you will need a probe launcher in order to find them, as those do require scanning down. They are not hard to scan down, so it should not be a problem really, even for not fully trained explorers. The site itself consists of 2 rooms filled with frigates and destroyers, so it's not really that hard to clear. The only trick to the site itself is that if you finish it and run both rooms, the site despawns unless there is at least one character inside at all times. So there are two ways to go about this. For solo players, you can go, clear the first room, then mine the good rocks out, and then come back into the second room again to clear it from all but one of the enemies. So then you can get back and mine while tanking that one enemy. If you have ults, you can keep the site alive by keeping an ult in the site, and this is how I usually do it. I clear the first room, and once that is done, warp my ults to start mining the ores out. Then my main immediately goes to kill the rats in the second room, reships into a mining ship and joins them. This also means that one of the ships is always not really full when the other two warp off to drop off the ore, so someone is always keeping the site from despawning. Do keep in mind that the site will disappear from probe scanner window if you do it the second way and finish the site completely, so you need to bookmark it or keep all your characters in a fleet so you can warp to each other, which lands you on the initial gate. But what that also means is that if someone would be trying to be mean to you and stop you from getting those sweet ores, they have to combat scan you after the site has despawned, then land on the first gate of the site, then take it, giving you plenty of opportunities to use descan to save yourself. So what's the ore that is in there that makes the site worth chasing? 15,000 units of hemorphite, 15,000 units of jaspet, and 50,000 units of umber, totaling, when compressed, around 50 to 54 million ISK at the time of the recording if mined without any residue. The sites may vary on the number of units of ore as well as the ships that they let inside. Kuristas 1, the one that I did test out, does not allow in any exhumers or barges, so you do need to take care of the sites or in mining frigates. However, some other like Serpentis Lookout allow orcas to go in, so in Serpentis infested space you can whip out a whole mining fleet to boost your barges while the orca takes care of the rats in the rooms. I know, 50 million for having to scan down sites is not a lot, but consider this. First of all, you don't have to scan for them in 0.5 security systems, where Concord takes the longest to respond. Secondly, you don't mine in spaces where gankers will immediately look for you, such as belts or moons. And lastly, you basically can get those Lowsec ores on demand if you just do regular swoops of the area or ask one of your scanning corp mates to bookmark those and let you know if they find one nearby. And as an extra, each one of the lookout sites has a chance at not only having a faction frigate spawn, which can drop, if you are lucky, some good faction modules, giving you extra ISK on top of the ore you mine, but they can also trigger into expeditions, which are a type of escalation that takes you on a little journey, with each site having usually a chance at spawning a faction enemy, giving you another chance at good loot. So what are you waiting for? Get a probe launcher, grab some drones into your mining frigate, be it a Venture or an Endurance, which is more of an ice mining ship, but it can actually be great for such solo mining and ratting adventures, and get going. If you ever need help with scanning around, I will put a link to one of my videos that covers just that. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to see my future uploads. If you are interested in what I will talk about next, my videos go up every Sunday. And if we never see each other again in Space Capsulia, fly safe.